Meenakshi Lekhi, let's get our guests right on the screen. Mahila Morcha National Vice President of the BJP, Meenakshi Lekhi, is joining the debate. GVL Narasimha Rao is member of the Electoral Reforms Committee of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Sankarshan Thakur of the Telegraph. Gaurav Bhatia of the Samajwadi Party. Majid Memon of the Nationalist Congress Party. Bharat Kumar Raut with me in the studio of the Shiv Sena. And we are going to be joined by a guest from the BJP in just a minute. Mr. Narasimha Rao, why is the BJP looking nervous? I can understand if the JDU is getting nervous about Modi becoming the prime ministerial candidate. But why is a section of the BJP looking so nervous about the Modi question now?
I don't know why you get that impression. I think I don't see any possibility of the BJP as a party getting nervous. In fact, the BJP is rather bullish about its Lok Sabha prospects. As we have seen in a series of opinion polls, they all
isn't it getting increasingly embarrassing that you have more and more people, just like more and more people were talking about Gadkari, the same people who said get Gadkari out, which was Yashwant Sinha, now saying get Modi in. At that point of time, a section in your party said no, let's rally behind Gadkari. Similarly, is a section of your party now saying no, let's not get in Modi? Are you delaying the inevitable?
I don't know why you are, I don't know on what basis you are linking up these different developments. I think even the party president, Shri Rajnath Singh, has mentioned yesterday that he has had consultations with Mr. Modi about the Lok Sabha elections 2014, and also he would like to see him involved in the election.
No, not involved. We are not talking. Why are you being diplomatic? I'm not. Why are you being diplomatic? Let's be very direct.
He has also confessed that Mr. Narendra Modi is the most popular leader.
Why do you call it a confession?
A bigger role.
No, why do you call it a confession? Why does one have to confess? Why do you say confession or admission?
No, I'm saying because based on the opinion polls and based on the kind of ground level feedback, I'm certain that people who are actually elected to parliament and to the state legislatures, they know what kind of pressure exists on the ground. There is a lot of cadre interest and cadre pressure to see Mr. Modi in the leadership role in the.
But why does the cadre have to exert pressure? I asked that question to Meenakshi Lekhi. Why does the cadre to Meenakshi Lekhi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Why does the cadre have to exert pressure? On behalf of Modi almost.
Whom?
For Modi.
No, I think it is incorrect. It is incorrect. And in any parliament which is based on democracy, it is the people who decide who's going to be the PM and who's not going to be the PM. It's not a question of exerting pressure. It's about giving their preferences.
Well, Mr. Narasimha Rao just used the word pressure in the context of the cadre.
Both popular, also popular support.
I don't think you see it could be a wrong choice of words, but what he means is exactly what I'm saying. It's a question of exerting not pressure, but it's about telling preferences.
By whom? By whom? Who has to?
Everybody. I mean, when it is a collective responsibility of any party, and it is for the party to project what the party wants to do, and everyone else.
No, why are you tying your argument up in knots, Meenakshi Lekhi?
What is the opinion?
You see, your argument is.
I'm not tying my argument in knots. You asked me a question. I told you it's about giving preferences.
There is a certain
can always be given.
Yeah. So what is the preference of the BJP?
Preference of the BJP is that we have plenty of leaders, and preference of the Prime Minister will come when the time to declare a Prime Minister comes.
Nidze, you tied yourself up in knots again. You contradict the first part of what you said with what you just said.
I'm giving a very straightforward answer. I haven't contradicted. It's like you looking for contradictions when there is none.
See, you have a dilemma. You have a dilemma today.
I have no dilemma. I have no dilemma.
On the one side, allow me. On the one side, it appears that you believe that Narendra Modi should be projected. And on the other side, as a BJP spokesperson, you want to hold yourself back to what sounds almost like a Congress party line. We'll discuss the whole issue later when the time comes, when water flows under the table, when water flows under the bridge, etc.
No,
why aren't you? Why is there?
Absolutely not.
Why is there a prevarication?
Mr. Goswami, there's something no, there is no prevarication. There's absolutely no prevarication. It's very, very straight. We have to go to election in 2013 in various states. And it will, everything has to follow after 2013.
So when
the time comes, we will declare the PM candidate also.
I know that, and I know your next line is that it's an internal BJP matter. Why is Times Now getting so excited and interested in who we should project? But I would my question to you is I have a certain line of argument today. My first question to you and Narasimha Rao is this: that do you believe that a party should project its most popular leader as its prime ministerial face? Yes or no? My question to you is this.
Yes.
Yes. To Narasimha Rao, if I can bring him back on the screen, do you believe that the most popular leader of the BJP, is Narendra Modi?
Absolutely.
So if I take Meenakshi Lekhi's yes and your absolutely together, the statement which forms is the following, and I'd like to bring in Sankarshan Thakur on this. The BJP should elect its most popular leader as its prime ministerial candidate, and Narendra Modi is absolutely its most popular leader. QED. Sankarshan Thakur, why did you smile as these two comments were being made? I saw a wry smile on your face.
It was just the way you were stitching those two answers up.
It doesn't take too much stitching.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. And I see nothing wrong in a party. And I'm not a member of the BJP, nor do I speak for it. But I see nothing wrong in a party projecting its most popular leader, the person it perceives to be the most popular leader, as the prime ministerial candidate. But if you ask me, these may just be the initial drum beating for Modi. I do not think the BJP has come to a conclusion on who it wishes to project.
No. My question is on Modi.
I will not be very surprised if some.
Why do you call it drum beating? No. Why do you call it drum beating?
One particular person is not projected ahead of the polls.
Why do you call it drum beating?
Well, it is drum beating. People like Yashwant Sinha, if they start saying that he should be projected, he is the most. It is people in the party who think that Modi is the best bet that the BJP has, but Yashwant Sinha's views may not be the same as the view of the collective of the BJP. I am just keeping this open. I do not think.
I don't agree.
As a detached outside observer, I do not see this as a final view.
Yes, Meenakshi Lekhi doesn't agree.
I don't agree because one, Mr. Thakur is not detached. Number two, when time comes, and there is
why do you say Mr. Thakur is not detached?
To be followed.
No, why do you say Mr. Thakur is not detached?
He's a journalist. I mean, he's a journalist, and every one of us have a colored point of view. And I don't think. I mean, you ask me, my point of view will be colored by what my party thinks.
No, but you're a member of the BJP.
Mr. Thakur's point of view will be.
No, Mr. Thakur is not a member of a political party.
And then no, Mr.
Because he's presenting an argument that does not match yours. Are you trying to look for political color?
No. Political color always exists, and there is always a political philosophy which a person follows in life, and everyone has their own colored remarks to make. And my colored remark is that BJP will do what it suits the best, and when the time comes, we will bring it forward. We can't be put under pressure from anyone and to say you declare your PM candidate today. When I'm saying the prime ministerial election and prime ministerial candidate has to be declared in 2014, not in 2013.
No, your ally wants that. Your ally wants an emergency JDU
what
meeting.
I said. I don't know whether if you heard me
No,
or
no, no.
not.
My allies don't want any such declaration.
Oh, yes, they do.
Sparks come in once in a while.
Oh, yes, they do.
No. They
Oh,
don't.
yes, they do.
You've not. Oh, yes.
Oh,
they
yes,
don't.
they do.
They don't. They
Oh,
don't.
yes, they did.
In fact.
Oh,
on
yes,
Times
they did.
now,
At-
on Times now, this afternoon, this
Yeah.
evening,
Yeah.
I was hearing the JD spokesperson giving a statement. I couldn't see who it was, but I heard the voice, and they said we are having a very nice alliance with the BJP, and we don't want this to be disturbed in
Oh,
any
yes.
format. And when time comes, we will communicate it
Why-
to BJP.
why-
and BJP
why-
will communicate to
why-
us.
I wonder-
And obviously, BJP will take
I
its
wonder why
call.
Meenakshi Lekhi, of all people, is not confronting the reality that in the same conversation which I had the pleasure of having with Devesh Chandra Thakur, he said the following. He said the following. One, call a meeting of the JDU, of the NDA, have a meeting of the NDA immediately, and don't wait endlessly to decide who your prime ministerial candidate is. My question is, why are both the BJP representatives of Newshour tonight being so queasy about it? Squeamish about it?
Arnav.
No,
Why are you being
nobody's
squeamish about
queasy. Nobody is queasy and nobody is squeamish. Absolutely not. On the contrary, I think you're talking about somebody else, because I heard a statement before this statement in the
You are choosing to listen to one
and
part
I
of the
was on the
statement.
phone line at that time. Oh, no. I am not refusing, and I am not somebody who will not confront and look into the eye of anybody making any statement. Number one. Number two, this is exactly what I'm trying to say. We are not going to fall into trap set that you declare it right now. We'll declare when it suits us, and we will declare, and we will declare it to you.
I simply am asking
We
the
don't
questions.
have to do it right now.
You know, when I ask, my job is only to ask the questions. I asked the same question with the same seriousness that I asked about Nitin Gadkari, and you replied in the same manner about Nitin Gadkari that you are responding here today. You know, in the 4 weeks, a lot has changed. My question is, at that time I asked, is the decision on Nitin Gadkari delaying the inevitable? Today I'm asking you, Meenakshi Lekhi, is the decision on Narendra Modi on the leadership issue also delaying the inevitable? I want to get in an ally at this point of time. Bharat Kumar Raut, delaying the inevitable, isn't it? Delaying the inevitable.
Listen, now let me give my answer in toto now. Question is that though we Shiva Sena is an ally of India and one of the oldest ally of NDA, but BJP is a party, an independent party, and Shiva Sena is another independent party. Whatever decision of leadership with
So
that
why are you
BJP
being
wants,
diplomatic?
let me complete, Arnab, that they are free to do. But if Mr. Yashwant Sinha is making a statement on behalf of NDA, he has no authority or locus standi to say that somebody would be or declare candidature of somebody, or to ask someone as other constituent to walk out. He has no locus standi, no authority. Any decision that has to be taken by NDA, because BJP is also part of the NDA, and therefore it is inevitable, and that is the understanding. So if Yashwant Sinha says something about Modi, that should not be taken so seriously as we are discussing this matter now.
So you said the same thing when Yashwant Sinha spoke about Gadkari.
I want to say
And you said Yashwant Sinha is speaking for himself, etc.
Must be speaking for himself. And even then he has no locus standi to make a public statement like
Well, he made a point. He's still in the BJP. Nobody's thrown him out of the BJP.
Yeah, but see, if at all on his own behalf he is speaking, that is okay. But a senior leader like Yashwant Sinha should have restrained
And he has
himself before
clarified,
making a statement in public.
Well, let's get the other side. Mr. Majid
Arnab, may I
Memon,
comment,
one sec. The debate is...
Arnab, I want to make one line. I want to speak one line.
Okay, very
In
briefly.
his statement, Mr. Yashwant Sinha has said, this is, yes, in his statement, he has started his statement by saying, this is my personal view.
So, it was also his personal
so
view on
quite clearly,
Gadkari.
this is not the view of the BJP, and BJP will make its statement when BJP needs to.
Yes, the question is that yesterday Narendra Modi and
I don't know
Rajnath
why
Singh...
Ms. Lekhi has been quarreling with me. That's precisely what I've been saying all evening.
So, the position here is Sankarshan Thakur...
I'm not quarreling with you.
The question is to
Thakur,
Majid
I'm
Memon.
not
Majid
quarreling with you.
Memon, 1 minute. Meenakshi Lekhi, let's look at the serious contours of this debate. Majid Memon, the question is, JDU says we need to have a secular prime minister. Now, once and for all, I want to know from you whether the secular, whether this application of the word secular to Narendra Modi is relevant at all or not in the context of 2014.
Now, I wish, Arnav, that undisturbed, I am permitted to express myself in a minute or two. Number one, I have heard all along now that the BJP does not want to commit in spite of a lot of noise about Modi being projected as the Prime Minister. Do they have the courage to do it today? Meenakshi and the other gentleman, both BJP, are taking a retreat. Now, number one. Number two.
No, retreat over what?
Yashwant
retreat
Sinha
over what?
Is a very,
retreat over what?
Yashwant Sinha is a very...
Mr. Memon, this is not NCP, this is BJP.
And a respectable... Just 1 minute, 1 minute.
And it has to be a collective decision, not one individual makes a decision in this party.
Lekhi, will you permit others also to speak out?
No, don't make such statements.
Please, so please, no, let me complete. Let me complete, then you criticize if you wish. I did not interrupt when you were talking. Please hold on for a minute. Let's have some decorum. Now, what I am suggesting is that Mr. Yashwant Sinha is a fairly mature, respectable and responsible part of BJP. He cannot publicly go and say something which is absolutely meaningless or worthless. He has gone to the extent of even suggesting that if Nitish wants to get out, he can do it. It explains the seriousness with which he is saying that. This only shows there is a panic button and NDA might disintegrate. This is something which can't be ignored, as Arnav rightly takes it as an important issue.
Thinking.
We have nothing to do with what BJP is doing.
No, what is your view on Narendra Modi?
Independent to
no, what is your view? No, one minute. What is your view on Narendra Modi? Majid Memon, my question to you, Majid Memon, what is your view on Narendra Modi and the secularism issue? What is your view on Narendra Modi as a leader?
Please, yes, I'm coming to that only. I'm answering that precise question. He may be a leader of Gujarat. 6 crore people in Gujarat do not make whole of India. He may at the highest have 26 Lok Sabha constituencies which Gujarat makes. 540, the whole India is too large. 20 times is the Indian population. They are not going to accept a person who is absolutely unsecular, who is against secularism. A Prime Minister will have to take oath of secularism, which is a part of the preamble of the Constitution of India.
No, one second. Majid Memon, I have one counter question for you. Mr. Memon, one counter question for you.
I have to put in a word here.
Mr. Rao, I'm coming to you. Mr. Rao, I'm coming to you. One second. Mr. Rao and Meenakshi Lekhi, I'm coming to you. I have one counter question for Majid Memon, if you allow me, please. Please tell me, Mr. Memon.
Please, yes.
A gentleman with some degree of prominence in your party, the NCP, holding a minor position of cabinet minister in the present central government called Praful Patel, was effusive in his praise of Narendra Modi after the Gujarat elections. Tell me, am I uttering a lie or am I saying something factually correct?
No. Arnav.
No, Praful Patel was effusive in his praise.
May be an acceptable. I am saying Sharad Pawar also would praise him as far as a certain part of Modi is concerned, a certain role of Mr. Modi is concerned. But does that mean that he is to be accepted as the Prime Minister?
But why? No. One second. Are you selectively taking positions on Narendra Modi?
No. Modi may be good for Gujarat. He has received mandate. We respect it. And he may have done some good work for Gujarat. That is how people have returned him with a good majority.
No, you didn't answer my question.
As I said, Gujarat is 1/20th part of India. Gujarat is not India.
So what about? No, there were communal. There were communal. 1 minute. You are saying, Mr. Majid Memon, that sectarian. The fact that there should be no sectarian and communal violence in any state for it to pass the test of not being communal. No, you are not.
What I am suggesting, Arnav. Arnav, what I am suggesting is this: that
I want to counter him. Arnav, allow me, please.
Just 1 minute. Elections for assembly states have different issues, different factors, different considerations. For Lok Sabha, the election has different issues, different points. And therefore, we have been talking about Gujarat election, which is a state election. When we talk of national election,
I'm just saying one thing.
we talk of Lok
I'm just
Sabha,
saying, I'm just saying, Mr. Memon, I'm just saying, Mr. Memon, Mr. Memon, allow me,
Yes.
Mr. Memon, allow me, because two of our panelists want to counter you and the Samajwadi Party representative hasn't even spoken yet.
Yeah, let them
One question.
Yes,
I would just like to tell you that according to a
If you would
report
permit me
titled...
to speak, Arnab, I would like to say something.
1 minute. According to a report titled Socio-Economic and Educational Status of Muslims in Maharashtra, published 2011, Maharashtra has had 1,192 communal clashes during the 11-year period from 1998 to 2008, which is the highest in the country. Right? And through this 11-year period, Mr. Memon, Maharashtra witnessed 10% to 23% of the total incidents of communal incidents in the country. Its share was particularly high, the report says, during 2005-2006, when 20% of all such incidents took place in the state. Who was in power then?
Arnab, should this be... should this be the factor to decide whether Modi should be projected?
No, my question to you is...
No, are we discussing this? Then please.
I'm asking you this. Yes. I'm asking you this. We have two counter questions coming in.
What are your secular credentials, Mr. Memon?
Please.
One second. Yes, the question is saying...
Arnab,
well, what are your secular
Memon
credentials?
Saying,
yes, Mr. Rao.
the NCP representative is saying that Mr. Modi's popularity... Mr. Modi is popular in Gujarat. Let me remind him, there are national polls which were published only 2 days ago, which show that Narendra Modi is the most popular prime ministerial choice of this country.
But then you project him. Why are you feeling shy to project him as a prime minister and lose Nitish Kumar and others?
The party will have to take a decision at an appropriate time.
No,
Mr.
why are
Memon,
you taking
I think
Mr. Memon, we don't need your permission when we are declaring prime ministerial candidate. This is one. The second part, your point on secularism is nothing but bunkum, because you are in alliance with Congress, and Congress people were responsible for all the riots that have happened in Gujarat prior to 2002, and even for 2002 Godhara, 25 Congress leaders have been punished by the courts, and you're on record in Maharashtra is much to call for when Mr. Pawar was the CM. So don't talk about secularism and
that your minister is in prison?
Even in Gujarat, 1,169 people died, out of which 30% were Hindus, and you forget to discuss them.
What are you talking? No, let us not. This is not a Hindu-Muslim.
What am I talking? I'm talking with facts.
We are discussing about
kindly look into the facts.
Modi.
You put wool on your eyes. Rest of the nation has not.
To your second. NDA's second most popular
Narendra Modi is acceptable to all of us is a separate question. And when we have to declare, we will declare. We don't need your permission. At the same time, if you are going to talk about his secular credentials, I'm going to rip you about your secular credentials and your party's secular credentials.
Since we are talking, may I between both of you come in for a minute, please, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, may I please come in? Allow me just 1 minute, please. Since we are talking secular credentials, I want to go across to the Samajwadi Party, otherwise there will be a loud protest.
Who was responsible?
I will come to that. I don't believe in beating around the bush.
There would be no protest.
No, I don't believe in beating around the bush on this channel. My question to Gaurav Bhatia is, Gaurav, tell me frankly, this whole business of secular credentials is now being put as a challenge by the BJP to all other non-BJP parties who use the issue secularism. On December 17, 2012, let me jog your memory, Gaurav Bhatia, a special CBI court hearing the Babri Masjid demolition case had issued a non-bailable warrant against Samajwadi Party Member of Parliament Brij Bhushan Singh. Despite him being an accused in that case, you allowed him to jump over from the BJP and accepted him in your ranks in 2008. You even inducted Kalyan Singh despite him being charge-sheeted in the Babri Masjid demolition case. My question to you is, on an index of secularism, are you in any position to take a firm view in the case of Narendra Modi? Gaurav.
Arnab, please permit me to reply back. I would be needing some time. I have very patiently.
Yeah, but don't avoid the specific answer to the specific question.
The topic,
I asked you about Brij Bhushan Singh.
I'm coming to that. The topic of today's... Yes,
Brij Bhushan Singh.
The topic of today's debate was...
Kalyan Singh.
Brij Bhushan... yes, Brij Bhushan Singh, Kalyan Singh, all these people that you're talking about, they were not chief ministers of Samajwadi Party at any given point of time. The kind of the kind of riots that we are talking about, I am not about secular.
How many riots have happened till now in Akhilesh's regime?
Mrs. Lekhi, when you were talking, I didn't even interrupt once. I think I'm entitled to at least
I couldn't resist. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
I would request all panelists to allow the Samajwadi Party representative, since he's speaking last, to complete his point, and then I will allow all rebuts in. Gaurav Bhatia, complete your point.
Yeah. Today's debate is taking place, Arnab, because a very senior leader of the BJP has commented, and he said that Narendra Modi ji should be projected as the prime ministerial candidate. If the BJP would keep its flock together, then there would be no reason to debate on this topic at least. Secondly, it's about his leadership credentials. At least the moral responsibility that 1,000 people lost their lives in Gujarat would come to
avoiding the question, avoiding the question, avoiding the question, and Gaurav,
he got 3,500 killed in one riot.
No, avoid the question, avoiding the question. When you avoid the question, when you avoid a question which has facts, my response is I put more facts. Or your way. My question, therefore, is, since you did not answer the question on Brij Bhushan Singh, since you did not answer the question on Kalyan Singh, I would like to tell you that a metropolitan magistrate convicted and sentenced Abu Azmi in a 12-year case for a provocative speech in this is May 2012. He's a member of the Samajwadi Party. He made certain provocative comments. You know what...
If you were talking about individuals,
index of secularism.
Any person, even if that person belongs to the Samajwadi Party,
index of secularism,
not supposed to make any hatred speeches.
Index of secularism, yes, and your reply cannot be Gaurav. Gaurav, you are saying that you are saying only chief.
I would not even. Please allow me to speak, Arnab. Please allow me to speak. Even being in the Samajwadi Party, if a Samajwadi Party leader does that, then it is
how many acceptable. No, you are not answering my question. No, you are not. How many riots have taken place in Uttar Pradesh?
If you are saying
how many riots have taken place in Uttar Pradesh since Akhilesh Yadav took over? How many riots have taken place in Uttar Pradesh since Akhilesh Yadav took over? How many?
And tell me about one riot where action was not taken.
No, how many have taken place?
No, please answer that. Was there any riot?
Now let me tell you. No, let me tell you. Let me tell you. Home Ministry report, November 2012.
Let me chip in here.
Okay.
No. The job of a state government is to take action after post facto or to prevent a situation like riots.
The state government acted promptly.
Let me ask you one question. Let me ask you one question.
Have a separate debate, and
let me ask one question.
Each and every incident.
Let me ask one question. What is the job of a state government? Whether to take action post facto or whether to prevent a riot-like situation. If Akhilesh Yadav has taken action against the rioters, that is okay. Why can't the government prevent riots? Why we fail to do that?
So absolutely, I completely agree with you that the government's job is to first also ensure that there is proper intelligence, to ensure that there are no riots. But if there are any, then the government has to act. And in this case, on both fronts, the government has been functioning effectively.
So let me tell you.
That is my point.
Let me tell you.
No, you are not answered my question. No. You are not answered my question. If as Arnab has said, if there are riots in Uttar Pradesh after Samajwadi Party and Akhilesh Yadav has taken over, then who is responsible for those riots? Whether you have taken action after that is totally different question. Why can't you prevent the riots? And who is responsible for that?
And that is, the state government is responsible for that. And why shouldn't we accept?
No, so can the state government, follow-up question to you, follow-up question, Gaurav, can the state government, can any state government, Akhilesh, take my question. One sec, please take my question, Gaurav. Can any state government just get away by saying that this is a conspiracy hatched by our rivals? I'm asking you directly. Can any state government just...
But you were saying that.
No, I'm asking you.
Even going...
No. One sec. I'm asking you, Gaurav, can any state government just say, oh, this is some conspiracy? When riots happen, people are killed. Can any state government,
Arnab,
whether it is Narendra Modi or
did you
any state government
Did you hear me saying that it is a conspiracy?
No, I didn't.
Even if it is a
But no, I didn't. But now let me tell you.
The state government has to act.
Yeah, now let me tell you. Now let me tell you. Since I love quoting people to people, my question is, I will quote a gentleman called Akhilesh Yadav, who says, responding to the fact that 104 cases of communal tension, 34 people killed, 456 injured in 2012, he says, some people are out to destroy the communal harmony. This is a conspiracy hatched by rivals to defame Akhilesh Yadav, the Samajwadi Party said. You said? I'm quoting press report.
Yes. And Arnab, he also took responsibility.
I'm quoting.
Yes. He took responsibility and he took action against each and every person who was involved.
I'm putting this in the
And that is what I'm talking about. And can you, though I am not, can you rule out the conspiracy theory? Do you think
I don't know,
there are
but
no
you said
who would, for their own vested interest, try to have violence in the state?
I'm saying today the bigger question is this: that is the secular issue, secular communal issue, going to be relevant in the run-up to 2014? I have only placed some facts on the table to both you and Majid Memon. That's all I have done, Mr. Memon. I have put some facts.
Arnab, I must
during Congress regime.
Yeah, I must tell you very frankly. Now listen, just 1 minute. Please, Lekhi, hold on. When your turn is not there, you would only go on talking. Please, when we are waiting patiently and our turn comes, then you start poking your nose. Please hold on for some time. Please. No, please hold on. Have patience. Bear with us. Now, what Arnab is asking me is that as far as the national leader is concerned, from 2014, if India is to be led by a responsible leader from whichever political party, whichever mandate is reflected, now we must ensure that such person must have a very clear, unblemished secular record, because secularism is one of our constitutional commitment which can't be compromised. Now it is for the people to decide whether Modi is secular or not. I don't have to say any word on that. Whole nation knows about it. And Mr. Nitish Kumar, one of the most popular leader from NDA, himself will speak what I want to say. That's all. That's the end of the matter.
Arnab,
why is the BJP quiet?
If you permit me to speak.
Why are the BJP representatives quiet?
I just want to respond.
No, I'm saying
BJP is not quiet. I was just waiting. It should look that I'm trying to answer without my turn, but now that you've given me the opportunity, I'd like to respond to Mr. Memon. Mr. Memon should know that most riots have happened during Congress regime, and they talk about one riot where 1,100 people got killed, 3,500 got killed,
riots have taken place.
And
what has happened in Gujarat? Meenakshi, what happened in Gujarat? Please tell me,
precisely my point, Mr. Memon.
You are a lawyer yourself.
Dhule riots have happened just now. Assam riots have happened. And the state is not even discussing those riots. When a conspiracy is hatched, no amount of propaganda can take away the truth. By your saying that Narendra Modi is not secular, he will not become.
Okay, Meenakshi Lekhi wants to ask you a counter question.
You say so.
The counter question from Majid Memon. 1 minute. Majid Memon is asking a counter question, and the reply to that will come from Mr. Rao. Yes.
Lekhi, please, No, I'm asking one question to both Rao as well as Lekhi. Is this: Chief Minister Modi was in place, occupying chief ministerial position, when Gulbarga society, Jafri's murder and several other people were killed. Zakia Jafri is running for justice from pillar to post, from lower court to the Supreme Court.
Question quickly, please.
Minister, come forward and ask Zakia that, well...
One minute. Response to that from Mr. Rao.
Why is he not?
Mr. Rao is responding.
Running away. He's guilty. He can't even console that woman.
Mr. Memon, you are incorrect, because the person who carried the rock to that place was a Congress leader called Mr. Singh, a Chaudhry. And that gentleman,
you don't have any
as
answer
per
to that,
Zakia's
Lekhi. You are a
own
lawyer
statement
yourself.
in 2002
Ask your
and
conscience.
2004,
Ask
before
your
Nanavati
conscience.
Commission
Where is the
indicted
Chief
him,
Minister?
and today she's changing
Why
her
is the
statement
Chief Minister
after she came in
distancing
touch
himself
with Sista and
from
others.
securing justice to this agreed woman?
No, you
Where
are
is
wrong
he?
on facts,
Why is he not going to
Memon,
Zakia?
you're a
By the
lawyer,
same logic.
and I
telling
expect you
By
to
the
know
same
this.
logic.
That Zakia,
One minute, please. Please, Mr. Rao is responding to you now. Meenakshi, 1 minute. Meenakshi, it is Mr. Rao's turn to respond to that. Mr. Rao.
Yeah, Arnav, this bogey of secularism
You're wrong
that
on
the Congress party and its allies have been trying to raise has no takers. Today, across the Mr. Memon wants the nation to know what kind of a leader Mr. Modi is. Nation exactly wants to have a leader like, a no-nonsense leader like Modi, who believes in good governance, who believes in equality of all citizens before government.
Okay, 1 minute. The Shiv Sena is responding as well. Shiv Sena is responding as well. Shiv Sena is responding as well.
Calumny that the party wants to
Shiv
raise.
Sena is responding as well.
Mr. Rao, I only have to say that if we are talking of 2014 elections, my simple submission is that it has to be NDA decision. Why are you deviating, and why the leader like Yashwant Sinha starts making comments directly in public, and why can't we stop? Another thing is that if the Congress is here, then I would like to ask, you are talking about BJP nominee, why can't Congress decide or announce Congress nominee for the 2014 PMship? Why can't you do that, Mr. Memon? You also have to ask.
I'd like to tell our viewers.
Let us therefore hold back Mr. Modi. Hold back Mr. Modi for some time.
It was the BJP's parliamentary board that had decided about the prime ministerial candidate of the BJP. Both in 2007, when Mr. Advani was declared the prime ministerial candidate, it was the BJP's parliamentary board which took that decision. In 1995, it was Mr. Advani who announced Vajpayee as the prime minister. So, if you go by the past,
of today's debate is that Mr. Modi
and the competent body is the parliamentary board.
Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen,
NDA is not BJP's private property. NDA has many constituents. Though BJP is the larger party,
why do you say
NDA has many constituents. So if the decision has to be taken, it has to be taken in a meeting. We have representatives of all parties. Let it come in the party, the NDA's committee meeting, and then it can be announced. I don't
know why you see, everybody is pushing it to the other. Nobody is willing to take a position on it. Even you are not willing to take a position on on the whole issue. So I'll let it be.
I'm taking position. I'm saying that let the NDA
take a position.
Let NDA meet and decide.
Well, let's
without NDA meeting, without a representative.
Last word to Sankar Sen before I wrap up tonight. Sankar Sen, is this going to be unstoppable, this debate? Will the BJP get sucked into this debate, however much it wants to avoid it?
And also ask
one minute.
Arnab, what I think is that it is entirely the BJP's prerogative to choose its prime ministerial candidate and either benefit from its consequences or suffer it, whether it is in terms of the NDA or in terms of the people of this country. That's all I have to say.
Well, that you're avoiding the question. Sankar Sen, your answer is a bit like they can do this, they can do that, they can do everything. Come on, you take a position.
All I'm saying is, Arnab, it's a very commonsensical position.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Who the BJP chooses makes its leader. It's the BJP's business. And then they will either benefit from the consequences of it or suffer it. In terms of whether the NDA or the people of India.
But your answer.
I mean, how much plainer can you
the
get?
problem with you. I have a problem.
You're going to say that the BJP should.
I have a.
From outside, if you say BJP.
I personally
should choose this one. One.
I personally have a problem. I personally have a problem with answers that can be used in any context. Your answer.
They want to choose a leader.
Your answer can be used in the context of any political party in India or of the world. But I would wrap it up there because we have a big debate coming up. No, come on, Gaurav. Your party named Akhilesh well in advance. There was a lot of drum beating about Akhilesh as well. So
Arnab, I thought the topic
till after they had won the election, Netaji was becoming chief minister.
If your channel gives us so much attention. I have no problem.
This is the first time political parties have accused us of making a mistake by giving them attention.
One thing that I want to say that, you know, Mr. Narendra Modi talks about corruption, but in Gujarat from 2003 till 2011 there was no Lokayukt. So, you know, there are other issues about his leadership also. Not just secular credentials which he has to answer.
You don't see Commonwealth Games corruption in Delhi because
that shows the authoritarian style by which he functions.
And so on and
that
so
he didn't even have
you
a
don't see the
Lokayukt for 8
latest
years.
scam of waiver scam.
And BJP has
you
been
don't see
talking about
2G
the Lokpal bill.
Because
that
you have a Lokayukt here.
point.
Lokayukt was a different question, and one may have reservation about the decision which has come also. That's a separate debate altogether.
I want to say, I want to say one thing. I want to say one thing, and I request this to all the political panelists today.
Take away the
One request I have for all political panelists today, for all my other colleagues in the media, for all the viewers, tomorrow at about 9 o'clock, the kingpin in a 4,000 crore rupee scam, who knows which politicians and bureaucrats sent what money from Jharkhand to Mumbai, from Mumbai to Dubai, and from Dubai to Jakarta, is being brought back. I request you not to let the story of Anil Adinath Bastawade and whose interests he represents get buried. And that really will be the starting point of a national debate on corruption. So that's a personal request at the very end. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.